Ashley, what's our first email today?
All right, let's get into it. So the first email is from Dane Thomsen, and he says, "Thank you for being a force of good both in the movie and Star Wars fan community. I saw that the creator behind the Vader fan film posted a video discussing how Disney has filed a claim to his fan film where they can put advertising on the video and collect money from it. I'm sorry, this just feels wrong. Thanks for reading my question and keep bringing on the filthy." Yeah, John, we have seen a lot of outrage over the internet. What is happening here?
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff going on. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of misunderstanding that's going on. Now, I'm going to be, I've never been the one to be afraid to say the unpopular thing. So I'm fine saying the unpopular thing if I think it makes common sense. And so I'm going to be the one to say the unpopular thing, right? Here's the thing. There's a lot of misunderstanding going on around right now over this whole Vader fan film thing. I'm seeing people on Twitter, Disney stole this guy's movie. I saw that Disney is suing this guy. I saw that Disney has taken this guy's money. The guy, by the way, the guy is a YouTube channel by the name of Star Wars Theory. And it's run, by the way, by a good Canadian kid from British Columbia, Canada. Us Canadians, we just know, we get the job done, to quote Hamilton. Us Canadians know what we're doing. And he made this remarkable fan film. One of the best Star Wars fan films I have ever seen. I believe it's called Vader Episode 1, Shards of the Past, or something along those lines. It is absolutely wonderfully done for a fan film. Unbelievably good. I've made a fan film, and it made my fan film look like hot steaming garbage. It's just remarkable. So what happened was this. Disney filed a copyright claim, or not Disney, but a music company that Disney owns filed a copyright claim because there is Star Wars music being used in it. And it started this outrage. So many people have misunderstandings over what's happening that Ray and Ann came home last night, and Ann said, "Hey, yeah, what's going on with this Vader fan film?" And Ray, even Ray, said to Ann, "Oh, Disney's suing him over his movie." And I said, "No, they're not." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, Disney's pulling his video off YouTube." And I said, "No, they're not." And that just kind of highlights the thing. I've been reading over Twitter and Facebook and on YouTube so many things that people are saying, like, Disney is taking this guy's child and sacrificed it to the volcano gods, and Disney did this, and Warner Music did this, and blah, blah, and all this kind of stuff. I think it's very important for us to just take a breath. Look, if you want to be mad about this, that's okay. I just don't want you to be mad about something that's not actually happening. So let's look at what isn't actually happening, okay? Take a look at this. So they have this copyright claim filed against it, all right? Couple of things to keep in mind. Was the video deleted? No. So if you see people online saying Disney deleted his video, no, they did not. Did the channel get a content strike? Content strikes are bad. If you're a YouTube creator, you do not want content strikes. But no, he did not get a content strike. Was the video taken away from him? I had people writing me on Facebook yesterday saying, Disney came in and stole his content. No, Disney did not take the video away from him. Did the creator lose money as a result of this? No, he did not. Did the creator get sued over this? No, he did not. Were his rights in any way infringed upon? No, they were not. Was his channel negatively impacted? No, it was not. Was his channel shut down? No, they were not. By the way, all these things are things I actually saw people were saying were happening. And the fact check here, none of them are. Now look, let me give you a little bit of context to this, all right? And most YouTube creators, we live with copyright claims all the time.
Right.
And copyright violations on YouTube are a big deal because it gets YouTube in trouble. It gets a lot of people in trouble, right? So there are two things that can happen, all right? Two things that can happen when copywritten content is used. Number one, the dreaded content strike. If you get a content strike, a couple of things happen. Your video's deleted, but also your channel itself becomes very limited in what it can do. For example, we had a content strike once when we were at AMC, and we couldn't live stream. You can't live stream if you have even one content strike on you until that content strike is gone and removed. And a lot of other negative things. Monetization becomes an issue. Everything else becomes an issue when you get a content strike. But there's a middle ground, and that's called the copyright claim. A copyright claim is a middle ground between being able to use all copyrighted material free and clear and the other extreme of getting a content strike. A copyright claim is simply this in YouTube terms, and I get hit with copyright claims at least 2 or 3 times a week. Chris Stuckman recently talked about, the fact that we get hit with these things all the time. This is nothing new. For people who don't have active YouTube channels, content claims are nothing new. This happens all the time, and here's how it works. So, some company determines that I'm using a piece of copywritten content in one of my videos, whether it's a video clip or music or imagery or whatever. They will then file with YouTube a copyright claim. Now, that does nothing bad to my channel. It doesn't take away any of my views. It doesn't take the video down. It doesn't take the video away from me. Nothing negative happens to me. The only thing it does is, since that company's or that individual's copywritten material, follow me. I know this is blah, blah, blah YouTube speak, but follow along with me here. This is actually important. It means the individual whose copyright was used, they have a right, since it's their copywritten material being used in the video, they have a right to have any ad revenue diverted to them and to put ads on the video like a normal YouTube video and divert it to them. Nothing bad happens to me. Now, when I have content claims, I usually fight them because it's usually because they're claiming something's in my video that's not actually in my video. You used a piece of copywritten video footage. Actually, I didn't. And so I win 9 out of 10 of those. So that's fine. But anyway, that's a copyright claim, all right? Now let's go to Star Wars Theory's video, brilliant film fan Vader. Star Wars is clearly not his property.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if you knew this. Star Wars is owned by somebody else. That includes all images, all likenesses, all characters, all stories, all music, everything. It's owned by, in the grand scheme of things, owned by Lucasfilm, okay? Lucasfilm owns all that, and Disney owns Lucasfilm. So what happened was, this guy, Star Wars Theory, got permission from Lucasfilm to make this movie. However, Lucasfilm said you cannot crowdfund it, like you can't generate money using our copywritten material. Because if we let you do it, then we have to let everybody do it. I mean, that's just legal precedent. If we let you do it, then we don't have a case to fight against other people trying to use our stuff. So they said you can't crowdfund it and you cannot monetize it. So the guy goes, okay. And like all of us who makes fan films, he goes, I still want to make this out of passion. And he made it and made a wonderful fan film.
Yeah.
Now we fast forward a week or so after the fan film lands. A copyright claim is then put against the video saying, hey, this is using stuff in it that is copywritten, belongs to us. So we're not taking the video down. We're not giving Star Wars Theory's YouTube channel a strike. We're doing nothing negative to Star Wars Theory at all. Nothing bad is happening to him. We're not taking anything away from him, nothing. But since it's our copywritten material, we are filing it because they have to.
Of course.
If you don't, then you're in trouble for later. So they have to file a copyright claim. That's the precedent, so that's what they did. All it means is that now when you watch that video, a YouTube ad will play, which plays on most YouTube videos, and they get the revenue for it because it's their copywritten material. That's it. Now, again, there's a lot of there's misinformation going on out there, because I'll tell you what, I've gotten copyright claims from Disney, from Warner Brothers, from Sony, from Universal, from Lionsgate. Hell, I even had Lionsgate once write to me, beg me to put up this video clip because they're trying to promote this movie. It was the second Machete movie. They're like, please play this clip and promote this movie. Lionsgate asked me to do it. They practically begged me to do it. So I'm like, okay, I'll play that clip. And I got a content strike for putting that damn thing up. So trust me, I know what this is all about, okay? I've gotten it from everybody. It happens all the time. It's just part of the procedure that they have to follow. So a lot of people saying, how dare they do it to this guy? How dare they screw this guy over? Nothing happened to Star Wars Theory. Let's look at the before and after, okay? Before this content claim was made, not a strike, before the content claim was made, the guy had no monetization on the video because he wasn't allowed to. He had full control of his channel. He had no content strikes against him. There was no lawsuit against him. He could make a sequel to this video if he wanted to before the content claim. And the video itself is still fully under his control. After the content claim, He still has no monetizations, nothing changed. He still has full control of his channels, nothing's changed. There is still no content strikes against him. There is still no lawsuit. He can still make a sequel. The video is still online on his channel and under his full control. Nothing negative happened. Nothing. All that happened was a copyright owner filed a copyright claim that they have to do for a video that carried their copywritten content material. And that's it. Nothing negative happened to anyone in this situation. And again, if you're somebody who still wants to be mad that they would even have ads on this video, okay, that's fine. Be mad about that. Don't be mad that they took his video because they didn't. Don't be mad because they took over his creative work because they didn't. I'm just, so when other studios do it, and it happens to me all the time with all these studios, you just got to take a breath, understand what is and isn't happening. But anyway, Robert, so that was me blabbing on about that ad nauseum. And by the way, too, I should point out one other thing. Now, Star Wars Theory, who runs a great YouTube channel and again made a brilliant fan film.
Yeah.
He claimed that right now his video, the Vader fan film, has, as of last night, it was 6.6 million views, which might be 6.7, 6.8 by now, but whatever. Let's, for argument's sake, say 7 million.
Sure.
And he said something in his video that made me raise my eyebrow. He goes, you know, that equals about $80,000 in ad revenue. And I'm like, time out.
In what universe?
In what universe? In a galaxy far, far away? Because it ain't here. Because I'll tell you what, and a lot of people get shocked by this, but you ask Jeremy Johns and Chris Stuckman and whatever. On average, it fluctuates. It does. It fluctuates. But on average, you're making between $1.50 and $2 per 1,000 views. In other words, for every million views, you make about $1,500 to $2,000. That means really any ad revenue for this video would have been around $14,000.
Right.
So, I mean, which is, hey, still considerable, but I'm just saying it's not $80,000. But at any rate, look, as somebody who has lived through this, with you're like infamously with, you the project you were working on with Axanar, Paramount had to went after you guys and shut you guys down and all that. You've been there. You know it from firsthand point of view. How do you react to this?
Well, here's the thing. I have a much different reaction. I would say that this guy having his video being monetized by, Warner Chappell Music?
Yes.
Is a huge win. It's not a bad thing. The fact that they didn't take it down, the fact that the status of the video hasn't changed, and Warner Chappell Music is monetizing his video is an epic win for him. It's a really huge vote of confidence for what he created. They're leaving it up there because they feel it's more beneficial than taking it down. I mean, this guy, if you want to make a short film and have someone see it and have eyeballs on it, this controversy, the amount of views, this is an epic win. What is it, for Star Wars Theory?
Yeah.
He couldn't have done it better if he tried. And this controversy just benefits him. Trust me, I have copyright violations on my channel, strikes, fraudulent claims against me by my former compatriot who actually doesn't own the copyright on this material. He says he's giving me copyright strikes. He's striking my own channel. He doesn't even own it. And yet there's no way for me to go to YouTube and go, dude, I went through a lawsuit with this dude and he's, threatening to sue me and putting copyright strikes against my channel for a fan film that, I did most of the work on. So whatever.
You know what one of the real unfortunate, unintended negative repercussions of this could all be? Is this. Lucasfilm and Disney have been one of the companies and studios that have been the most lenient.
The most lenient.
For letting people create fan films of their copyright material. Others, like Paramount, not so much with Star Trek, but they've been one of the most lenient. My fear is this. If a Lucasfilm and a Disney and a Paramount and a Warner Brothers look at and saying, look at all this stink everybody's raising over this. Okay, just we won't let anybody make fan films of our material. Like right now, this could have been a big win for fan filmmaking because he's made this great popular film with great excellence. And, Disney's recognized it. Warner Chappell has put monetization against it. They see it as a win. Everybody sees it as a win. My fear here, and this may not happen, I'm just saying my fear is that Lucasfilm and Warner Brothers and Paramount will just go, you know what? This just proves we shouldn't let anybody make fan films of our material because it's just going to cause problems.
Well, look, I don't. Here's the big mistake. I mean, let's go back to Star Wars Theory. You know his big mistake? He didn't have original music composed.
He did.
Oh, that was
he did.
Did he?
But he hired a composer. But there was pieces of music that were clearly taking from John Williams' score.
Well, see, that's a no-no. I mean, even we, for the fan film,
but they still didn't pull it down.
No, but that I was involved with, we had a composer compose original music that was not redolent. There was a few things that it was, but for the most part, you can't. You know, the thing about music is there's algorithms that immediately, if I put up a film, like I use YouTube a lot to put up various examples of feature films that I'm working on. We temp track them with other music. We'll put in original music later. As soon as I do that, even if it's a private link, I get a strike against me. Not a strike, but a
copyright
takedown. Because their musical algorithm is so good that if you put up something that's copywritten, any kind of music, they will ding you immediately. Yeah. As soon as your video, before it's even finished digitizing on YouTube, the algorithm has already nailed you. So as soon as it's up, you'll get those strikes. Music is the worst thing. If you make a fan film, make your own music and do not
make it sound like the original movie's music.
You're going to get that.
And if you do, accept it when a copyright claim is made against you. Again, look, this guy made a fabulous fan film. It's incredible. You should check it out if you have not.
And he's on their radar. Lucasfilm knows who this kid is. I mean, this was, if you want to get publicity for your film career, he couldn't have done a better job. So good on him. It's a great fan film, and he played it beautifully.
Now, all I'm going to say is this, though. Again, bottom line is, if you want to be mad about this, fine. Just be mad about the actual issues, not these made-up issues that are running around saying they took his video, they took his content, they took his money. But none of that happened. If you want to be mad that they just put ads on the video, fine. Be mad about that. I'm not saying you shouldn't be. I'm just saying let's be mad about the actual issue.